Hello, hello, hello. Let's see if we can get in here. Oh, we got some people. Nice. Welcome in. Okay. Well, thank you so much. All right. Let me just do one thing here. So I see Shatika's here. Nice. Awesome. And let me know if you can hear me. Hopefully you can. Let me just make sure. Okay. So, yeah, Shatika, Renee's here. Happy New Year. Thanks for coming in. Let's see. Sonia's here. Hello. And yeah, well, thanks for coming in. So this is quick and dirty. Hopefully this will work. Now I just got to fix this other screen here, and hopefully this will work. I don't know. But anyway, welcome in. So today I'm going to be doing kind of a short little live stream where I'm going to talk a little bit about just a little bit about food and then some stuff. And then I'm just going to make a little bit of a cocktail for later. All right, now let's see how this goes. Let me come a little closer. There we go. All right. So, okay, God's desire is me is here. Thank you so much. And our treasured home Nancy is here. Okay, so as you know, in the past, I've done some live cooking, and unfortunately, I had another late lunch. So I'm going to be probably cooking tomorrow, and I'll show you just a few things that I picked up. Because usually, what I like to do is I try to go to the supermarket and see what looks good, and then I sort of buy something that kind of works. So this week, and I don't know if your supermarkets are working on kind of the same thing, but they had a lot of the shaved beef that you can use for beef chip. I forget what's that called, beef chip steak, and some other stuff. So there's that. So that's one thing that's a potential that you can use, and that was pretty cheap for this week. But also, like I said, like want to say welcome into everybody. And there's a couple of different things on the agenda that I would just want to talk about. And hello, Bud Files. Good to see you. Good to see it. So here it is. So it's a new year, and child, it's good. So we left off, I guess, back in 2024 and a half. Oh, beef chip stew was good. Thank you. Yeah, I couldn't think of what it was called. But anyway, they that was the only thing that looked good today that was kind of reasonably priced. Like bacon was high, regular beef was high. I mean, every steak was high, chicken was high. Like today was high week. I don't know what was going on at the supermarket. So I was very kind of sad when I was looking at stuff. But like I said, if you like to make a cheesesteak or beef chip steak, that's a good. That seemed to be on special, and it was like $1 off a pound. You get like a little under. They sell it in these packages where you get slightly under a pound, but it's good. But it's just enough to make a sandwich, and you kind of get yourself going. You know what I mean? It's enough for two people, not more than that. But anyway, okay. So let's do this first. I'm going to show you, and I know this is a little bit backwards. So anyway, so the other thing I was going to tell you is I'm going to make coquito today, and I know Sonia knows what that is. And I'm going to do it more in terms of, if you have a lactose intolerance, then I'm using just strictly coconut milk today. Yeah. So, and I have my husband's very my whole family's lactose intolerant except for me. So it's kind of weird, but I'll show you what I was using. Oh, there's Cicely. Hello, good to see you. And Suzanne, cream chip beef on toast, aka on a shingle. Is that what they call that? Okay. But I'll show you what we're going to use today to make the coquito. Well, I'll show you most of what I'm going to use today. So anyway, I'm going to hide the product name, but this is coconut milk, and you can tell what brand that is. But anyway, it's coconut milk, and they basically say you can use coconut milk, cream. If you want to add cream to it, you can use coconut. So coconut, and then also coconut cream. Which what's funny? I did some research on this. Coconut cream and coconut milk are the same thing, so I'm very confused. I don't know if anybody can fill me in on that. Like, what's the story with that? But this is leche de coco. So I'm going to be using this because they have this big can. This can was $2.39. And they had a smaller can that was $2.29, which was half the size. So I was like, duh, which one are you going to buy? This one. And this is probably more than I need. It's 25 ounces. And then you're going to do some cinnamon. And I do some cinnamon. So I have cinnamon sticks here. And I have my big old blender, and I'll show you that in a second. And then you do nutmeg. And a lot of people use evaporated milk and or sweetened condensed milk. So a lot of milk going on. And then, you have to have your bottle. And then we're going to do, and then I have some, rum. That's kind of the last thing that you do. Yeah, coconut cream is thicker, but guess what? It's still basically coconut milk, which is interesting. To me, it's all kind of very similar. So I just thought that was interesting. So I'm going to be using also sweetened condensed milk. All right, with that as well. And then I'm trying not to use sugar, but we'll see. Yeah. So anyway, but I made some of this the other day, and my husband was like, he really enjoyed it. And I didn't put eggs. I didn't do the eggnog situation because I noticed that a lot of the people that do coquito don't put eggs in. So I'm sticking with that. Oh, there's Tuber Chat. Hello. Happy New Year. So anyway, but before we get started, and this is what I want you to think about first. So we're going to be talking about, there are a couple of interesting food recalls. I always hate, I don't want to mix food and recalls together, but it kind of makes sense to me because you sort of have to keep an eye out for these kind of things. So I want to talk a little bit about that. And then we're going to make a little coquito. And then I just want to see, and then the other thing is, like I said, going back to 2023, we were talking about trying to eat more, I would say healthy. When I say healthy, it's more like is raw as you can get it. And it's really, really tough getting raw. Well, it's not tough getting raw food, but you really have to go out of your way to get it. You know what I mean? So not living in Pennsylvania where you can't get coconut, not really. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. Oh, God's desire for me said you've fallen in love. Yes. And my husband's family's from Puerto Rico. So this is what they make. And so what I did was to kind of cheat is I got some coconut rum. And I'm not going to show it, but I did get some of that. And so that's another way to kind of add on to the flavor. But basically, sweetened condensed milk. You can also use evaporated milk as well. But the like I said, the coconut cream is thicker and it's very, very rich. So this turns out it's not as rich as I would like it to be. But that's really it. So that's what we're going to use today. But anyway, like I said, I just want to ask before we get started, how well did you feel like you fed yourself last year? That is the question. Okay. Oops, wrong channel. Okay. Oh, you're a little Lego. All right now. I haven't seen you in a while. I was looking at Legos today. Interesting. Oh, thank you, Tuber Chat. So today is going to be a little bit, I would say it's going to be a little toned down because I got to get used to the whole process again, cooking. But I'll show you what I have. All right. So like I said, the sweetened condensed milk, I opened that. I've got the coconut milk. So I'm going to open that. And then I'm going to just show you. I bought one of these. These are the fake Vitamix. But I think those people like Starbucks, they use these blenders. And they're real easy to work. This one I got, I cannot remember what store had these. But I got these at Ollie's, I think, because it was like a closeout. And it's called Bene Casa. Oh, you know where this is from? This is from Hobby Lobby. Had these. There he goes. And yeah, there it is. Bene Casa. So this was a knockoff of the Vitamix. And guess what? This was like $29 versus $529. So anyway, there's that. So like I said, so last year I will say we did do fairly well trying to eat as much raw food and homemade. So I'm trying to completely leave the canned stuff alone. And not that the canned stuff, there's nothing wrong with it, but there's definitely a little bit more additives and more processing. And so to do all this, you have to really be cognizant of what you have. And then also try to buy stuff that's in season. So right now, Pennsylvania, we're too cold. Nothing's in season. But anyway, So anyway, so this is what we're gonna do. All right, so I'm gonna put this here, and while we're talking, we're gonna do that. But I don't know if anybody, like I said, so back, I'll tell you. So a couple years ago, and I'm gonna shout out Samoan Watchman lost like 50. No, he lost 80 pounds the last time I checked, almost 100 pounds. And he just basically stopped eating a lot of fast food. And that was pretty impressive. And then who else was a big winner? Somebody else lost a lot of weight. My husband lost 15. That was a couple years ago, and he's kept that off. And we pretty much just stopped eating fast food. And that was kind of the plan that we had done, was just to stop eating so much processed and fast food. And so he lost 15 pounds. And because I had to really get him out of the Golden Arches, because he really enjoys that place. We used to. And so we stopped, eating a lot of that stuff. And like I said, you just have to do little tweaks. But like I said, Samoan Watchman started moving a little bit. And, he lost a bunch of weight. And I don't know how far down he is, but it was like him, my husband, and then F.R. Humphrey lost about 20 pounds in a minute, just eating a lot better and eating more natural stuff instead of stuff out of boxes and things like that. Okay. Oh, you had to reset. Yeah, it's possible. And then, okay, so Nancy's saying, I did okay. Let's see. More of a learning process, what I can eat and what I can't eat. Yeah, and I know you have allergies, so that's like a whole nother thing that I can't even imagine. I've been fortunate, like knock on wood, I don't have any food allergies. So I'm just really fortunate. So I'm going to just open this while I'm talking. And I think I'll get to the recalls at the end. There's really only 2 recalls that I want to talk about. And, but anyway, I'm going to just show you the basic thing for the coquito. Actually, this coconut milk's pretty thick. Oh, baby. All right. I'm kind of digging this. All right now. So let me see here. Ooh. Yeah, it's hard to see. I'm going to pour just a little bit in here, but I'll just show you what it looks like. And so like I said, if you have a dairy issue, you can avoid doing a lot of this if you just do the coconut. There we go. All right. I'm going to be real careful here. Actually, let me take this down before I do that. But I'm just going to do this. I'm pouring this in. And you see that? This is pretty thick, actually. And it's got pieces of coconut in there. So it's a little bit, this is kind of in between, I would say. It's sort of coconut with a little bit of cream. So yeah, this one turned out to be pretty thick. The coconut milk. I was surprised. Okay. All right. So now I'm going to put this, this is a sweetened condensed. I'm only going to use half a can. Look how thick this. Now this has sugar. So like anybody with blood sugar issues, do not eat this. I'm just going to say that. It's very, very thick. And they put a lot of sugar in this stuff. They really do. Yep. So it is what it is, but you do the best that you can. So I'm just going to pour this in there. I don't know if you can see it, but it's very, very thick. But I'm just going to scrape this out. But this is where the sugar is going to come in. Now you can add as little or as much sugar as you want, and it sort of goes by taste. But you see, there's a lot of sugar in this. So I'm not a real big, I don't know. Like I said, I've really lost my sweet tooth. And it's just because of the time, Let's see. Oh, the coconut cream from the Asian store is super thick. I love it. Yeah, I think it is better. It is better. But guess what? My supermarket was out of coconut cream. I was so sad today. So I said, well, I got to do coconut milk, which is not exactly going to be as thick as, but you could add a little, you could add more sugar. You could add a little, even though I hate using cornstarch, but you can do that to thicken it up a little bit. And, there's ways to get around it, or you can just add more sugar. But yeah, this is crazy. But this is the bait. So I'm only using the 2, and I'm only making like 20 some ounces. I'm not going to make like a ton, but you can make as much as you want. But anyway, here it goes. But yeah, the coconut cream is good. And we don't have an Asian store. I'm very sad. We do not have an Asian store nearby. Where my daughters live, they have the best Asian store ever. And I went in there and I got like a gallon of soy sauce. It wasn't a gallon, but it was about 2 quarts of soy sauce. And it was only about $5 or $3. It was crazy. So I'm going to be using that soy sauce until the next millennium. But anyway, so there's that. All right, so I'm going to put that sugar. That's the sugar. I'm going to start with that amount of sugar, and then we're going to go from there. Then, oh yeah. So here's nutmeg. Now I'm just using ground, and it's I'm sort of doing this to taste. So I just shook in about maybe 1/8 of a teaspoon there. And then I'm going to put just a little bit of ground cinnamon in. And then after I make this, I'm going to pour it in, and then we'll talk a bit more about the so here's a little ground cinnamon, and I'm just going to put a little bit of that in there. All right. Anything else? I'm trying to think. I'm going to put just a little more. I'm going to try this one too. I've got this one. I just had to buy a new cinnamon, but just be careful because the cinnamon has been recalled for like the last year. It was basically, I think it was from India, and they were saying that it's got a little bit of lead in the cinnamon. If you look it up, yes, there. Do your research. All right. And then I got cinnamon sticks I'm going to put in at the top, at the very end. All right. Oh, and then I'm going to put the alcohol, but I'm going to just put this in so that I want this to blend. And hopefully this will be good. Yeah. All right. So anyway, I'm going to turn that anyway. Anybody who has a hearing aid or anything, you might want to, or headphones, this is going to be loud. Okay. God's Desire said, I cook 95% of my meals at home. Nice. And okay. We use coconut too. Oh, our treasured home. TWP popcorn. Welcome in. What's popping? And the coconut cream is good. Yep. And then, we have Samoan Watchman. Okay. You got to tell us. Now, where are you in your weight loss journey? If you don't mind. I think you were around 80 the last time I asked. But let me know. It could be a little bit more. I think you're probably more. So I'm going to slide this over. So you'll see. All right. That's it. That was quick and easy. I'm just going to pulse it a little bit. Okay. That's like it. It's done. See how quick that was? That was easy. So this is a nice, quick, easy cocktail for next Christmas. When you're ready. Oh, Mr. Ibring's here. And Dave's here. Say hi to Dave.
What's up, Dave? Happy New Year.
Okay. Now I'm going to put my screen down. I'm going to pour the rum in. Actually, I'm going to have you pour the rum into something. Can you? Yeah, just like however much you want to put in. It's right here. I'm going to hand it to you. Because we're not supposed to do this. You can pour it in there. Hello, Mr. Hey, Mr. Okay. Oh, and there's Jessica. Hello. Good to see you. Good to see you. So she's saying, hi, I bring it every day and all friends in the chat tonight. Happy New Year. Yes. Oh. Okay. And Sonia said it's up to you. I mean, that's good. Yeah, that'll work. So anyway, but we use this coconut rum, and it's got a pretty strong flavor, right? Yeah, you. Oh my gosh, help us, Lord. There's something wrong with him. Anyway, I gotta get this lid off. Oh, but this is nice and whipped. All right, so I'm gonna pour just a little bit of rum. Now, I saw what's her name, Martha Stewart. She did this thing where she used like half a gallon of what was that stuff? It was cognac, and then she put rum. So I was just like, oh my Lord. Yeah, she was doing a lot. But she's trying to get everybody drunk is what she's trying to do. I don't know, Martha. But anyway. Oh, Jessica saying hi, Mr. Ibring.
Hello.
But Sonia, that's good that you cook from scratch. I really need to do more. Like I said, most days I try to. All right, so I'm going to just pulse a little bit. And let's see here. Let's do it this way. Okay. And that's it. Oh, I didn't show the pulsing. You go back. So anyway, I just pulsed a little bit here. Yeah.
You got headphones on?
Yes. Yeah, I already told them that. Yeah. Okay, that's good. I'm gonna stop right there, and I'm just gonna taste it for taste to see if it needs anything else. And anytime you cook, this is what you do. Yeah, let me move this over. Yeah, just right there is good. Yeah, thank you. All right, so I'm gonna take a little spoon here, and this is what you have to do. Cognac, yeah. See, I never did that. We don't buy like a lot of stuff. So let's see. I think this needs a little more. I can tell. I can tell it needs like more nutmeg or cinnamon. Let's see. That's not bad. Okay. What does it need? Nutmeg. I think a little more nutmeg. So it's pretty good. So that's what you do is you put it to taste, And like I said, people I know that make eggnog, they sort of they go crazy. You know what I mean? I'm gonna put a little more cinnamon in there. Yeah, needs a little more. I wonder if I should just slice a little piece of this and put it in.
Just take
a knife, just shavings in there. All right. Hey, but here's the cinnamon stick. So let me get a knife here. I'm just going to shave some more because I can't taste the cinnamon. Like I want more cinnamon. I could probably use a little more. I don't know.
Is it doing it?
Yeah, it's going. It's going to be a minute. It smells good. So this is good. Cinnamon sticks. I think I want just a little bit more. Let's see, Sonia. I'll join you. Cool. Rum, yeah. So I put rum in. Not a lot. Like I could have put more. I'll have to give you a little taste so you can see what it tastes like. But I just think it needs a little more something. I wonder if I should just.
You do it.
No, I was going to say I'm just going to cut a little piece and put it in there.
Let me see.
You can cut it right there.
I can just shave and do like thicker shave.
Okay, you want to shave? See if you can do it. That's not a straw. That's not a great knife. It's a terrible knife. We need new knives. That's what I said. I think I'm realizing. If you like, but it's pretty good. So that's basically coquito, and you put as much or as little of all the stuff that you want, and then that's it. Did you put some in there? Do you smell it?
Is it more cinnamony?
Just a little more. I could use more. You know me, I enjoy like a good. I like the taste of nutmeg. I like the taste of cinnamon. I'm gonna put just a little more in here. Oh, I know what I'll do. I'll do this. Put a little bit of this in. Oh, that looks good. Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna blend it. I'm gonna do just a little bit more. There we go. All right, and I think that's it. So we'll do this one more time, and that's the coquito. And you might want this stronger, huh? Yeah, you might, or you might not. Who knows? I'm just gonna put this back here, and then when I put it in the bottle, I'm gonna put a cinnamon stick in there, and I always put a little bit in there, but there it is. All right, so I'm just gonna pulse. Also, watch your headphone, people. Okay, here we go. Okay, one more. That's it. We're done. All right. So there it is, and it looks pretty good. Pretty good. That's it. So this is easy, So I figure I'm going to unplug this. I figure I'll do something really simple, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about other stuff. But I just wanted to at least come back and do a little something for you. And I'm going to pour this. Let me see. So you can pour it into a. Oh yeah. Ooh. It smells pretty good. I'm going to put it into a glass bottle or glass jar. Oops. There we go. Glass jar. And there we go. Yeah, and this is pretty good. Okay. And it's pretty much full. I'm going to stop it right there. And then that yours? I want to get another glass for you. So you can try it out and tell me what you think. Mm-hmm. Let's try this one. Which one?
Just use this guy.
Okay, you want to use this one?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so there we go. Clear. Yeah, I better stick with the clear. Let me try this. So let me know. So I'm gonna, Mr. Ibring is gonna taste it. I'm just gonna give him a little, because I may end up putting in just a little more or something. But try it and let us know.
Oh, I like it.
Okay. So there it is. So that's coquito. But like I said, it depends, if you want to use the, we used just coconut milk, but you can use a coconut milk, cream, sweetened condensed milk, or no sweetened condensed milk, no milk at all. You take a little sip here. That's pretty good. All right. So then you get a jar. I have to find the lid. I'm gonna have to put the lid on there. But it's nice and it's kind of refreshing. So there it is. Oh, you poured God's desire for me poured a glass. So we're doing cheers. Nice. Yes. And let's see. So oh, you like Kahlua. Yeah, that's very good.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, and you'll join me with your IPA. I like that. And that's what Sonia said. And then with coffee. Yeah. Let's see. Do Mexicans have a drink called Rompope? Rompope. Similar to that. Okay. Cool. And Mexicans. Okay. Okay, so Simone Watchman. Okay, let's all give him a round of applause. You ready? He's down 120 pounds. Fasting and no carbonated drinks. That's the ticket. I'm telling you. You can get rid of the soda or pop or whatever you call it. Yes. Nice. So congratulations. So he's the one that we have to sort of like follow because I'm the same. I haven't gained. I haven't lost. I'm kind of the same. So, but we're trying to get everybody thinking about, just eating just a little bit better. And like I said, and when food comes in season, you guys that are out on the West Coast are very lucky. And Florida, you can get other stuff during the year. We up the north cannot. Okay, Renee's down 32. What? Okay. Woohoo! Yeah, we got to celebrate. And that's part of the reason why I wanted to come back and just sort of get back into the mindset of eating better and a little bit less. Yes, everybody's clapping. That's nice. 32 pounds. So yeah, all you guys are, you're my heroes in this whole thing. Yeah. Oh no, I'm good. You can just leave right there. So now he's gone. All right.
Have a good evening. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Okay. All right. So let's look at some recalls real quick. And then we'll keep talking about the positive food because this is good. All right. So here's the latest recall I want to show you. And I'm kind of, yeah. There's two that are a little bit interesting. This one here, let's see if I can get this. All right, so let's see. Hold on, wrong screen. Okay, so this is ground beef. It's got some E. coli. This came out the 27th of December. It's called Mountain West Food Group, LLC, and it's ground beef. And they said possible E. coli contamination. So it looks like most of this was sent to, I'll tell you where it went. California, Colorado, Idaho, Montana, Pennsylvania, and Washington. And I guess it was wholesale. And I'm going to just scroll down a little bit. As they said, no confirmed illnesses, but they were saying potentially, had some E. coli. So you just have to be careful. And they say, let's see. They say people can become ill from 28 days after exposure to E. coli. Wow, that's a long time. But anyway, just go to www.FSIS, Frank Sue, Indigo Sue.usda.gov/recalls. You can take a look at that. But anyway, here's the product images. This looks like this is sort of a, me see if I can do this here. See how that looks on the screen. Oh, there we go. Oh, Sonia, thank you. Oh, my goodness. So here we go. Keep smiling, keep shining, knowing you can always count on me. For sure, that's what friends are for. In good times, in bad times, I'll be on your side forevermore. Oh, that's what friends are for. All right, now. Thank you so much. Okay. So anyway, these are the pictures of the products. It's called, I don't know, it doesn't have the name. Carbon neutral raised grass fed. Forward Farms. There we go. Acre by acre, changing our world. And user freeze by 1/13/26, which is coming pretty soon. That's it. So these are the pictures. I'm just going to click through them again. But hopefully you don't have that in your area. But this almost looks like institutional, something like that. So anyway, there's that. Yeah. All right, now. Now, the other one that I just want to talk about real quick is this was on the FDA website. I'm going to stop sharing that one real quick, and then I'm going to click over to this other one. And this is talking about there's this shrimp that was exposed, and I'm going to close that window there. It was exposed to cesium. So cesium is a radioactive isotope. So, and this shrimp came from Indonesia. So I'm going to show you that real quick. All right. So let's do that one. And I just want you to see this. And it has pictures of the actual labels. There's a lot of pictures. So I want you to see that. And then this should do it. Okay. All right, here we go. I'm going to have to climb back up here. Okay. So this was December 19th. Here we go. And here's the title. Let me add this in. Hold on. Forgot to add it to the screen. Okay, here it is. Direct Source Seafood LLC is recalling frozen raw shrimp because product may have become contaminated with cesium-137. And I'm going to just scroll down. This is on the FDA.gov website. And let's see. The brand name is called Market 32 and Waterfront Bistro. It's frozen raw shrimp. It's a company called Direct Source Seafood LLC out of Bellevue, Washington. And cesium-137 is a man-made isotope of cesium. Traces of this are widespread and can be found in the environment. And they say higher levels in water or foods grown, raised in areas near environmental contamination. So longer-term effects of being exposed to this and repeated low-dose exposure through consumption of contaminated food or water is an elevated risk of cancer resulting from damage to DNA within living cells. Now, these are the two companies here. It's called Price Chopper is the retailer, and it's Connecticut, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, New York, Pennsylvania, and Vermont. And then Jewel Osco, Albertson, Safeway, Lucky Supermarket. It has the Waterfront Bistro in 2-pound bags. Some of these come in 1-pound bags. And the best buy date is between 4/22 and 4/27/2027 because they're frozen. But the Jewel Osco, Albertson, Safeway is Colorado, Iowa, Indiana. And that's Idaho, sorry. Colorado, Iowa, Idaho, Illinois, Indiana. Oh, it is Indiana. Yep. Montana, North Dakota, Nevada, Oregon, Utah, and Wyoming. And the dates of sale were like after June 30th of this year. And the Price Chopper was after June 11th. So they said they're investigating. Nothing has been reported, but you just need to know that this stuff was exposed. And these are what some of the bags look like. Okay. So anyway, it's all marked raw shrimp. And I'm just going to scroll down through some of these so you can see. But if you go to the FDA.gov/safety/recalls, you can find this, and it's right at the top, basically. But there anyway, these are the pictures of the product. So yeah, I really, like I said, I like seafood, but it is challenging, because the environmental stuff. And where did this come from? I think it was Indonesia. Yep, here it is. It imported from Indonesia, and it was 83,800 bags of frozen raw shrimp. All right. So anyway, there's that. So just so you know, but go and do your own research. Like I always say, check out the recalls. You can find them at the USDA. You can also find them on the FDA.gov websites. Yeah, you're lucky. Yeah, I think I was on both. I was on both, Suzanne. Yep. So anyway, yeah. So it's interesting. So you really have to keep track of the food, because the food has been it's been an interesting couple of years with these recalls. Just saying. Okay. Yes, and I love that. Yeah, and I'm going to stop sharing that. But I'm just saying, just keep that in mind, and you just have to sort of listen to the news, because they always do these recalls. But yeah, everything will kill you. Live and love all you can. Right? That is for sure. Yeah, I know. I agree with that. But I just, like I said, we got to do the best you can, and that's really what I'm saying. Do the best you can. Yeah, and so right, and Suzanne said, "Yep." Sometimes stores post recalls on bulletin boards. That's right. And the one that I noticed, Dollar Tree a while back had the cinnamon. I think cinnamon was last year around this time, December, January of last year, and it seemed like cinnamon all came from one. It basically comes from India, and there was a big lead situation with the cinnamon last year, and the Dollar Tree had that on there, and so did Ollie's actually. So I was surprised to see that it's the Dollar Tree, because the Dollar Tree's kind of chill usually. Usually not a whole lot's going on. Yes. But yeah, definitely keep an eye on that. I think that's important. Yeah, so you really have to, like I said, be cognizant. But I think you do better, if you try to get local, because you can get shrimp in the United States. I just think that it's really unfortunate. Well, the whole thing with the shrimp is we don't have big shrimp, they get it from other places. They have to, because we don't have, big areas where you can get shrimp. So, and I understand that. And just a little story that I heard right before Christmas, and I cannot remember the name of the supermarket, but this man owned like 20 or 30 markets, and his were a little bit fancy, and he was saying that the shrimp got very, very expensive, and that he had to find a new provider to get his shrimp, not because of the recall, but because of the because of the cost of importing went up. Yeah. So there it is. So it's very, very interesting. But anyway, Chris Gilbert's here. Hello. Good to see you. Yes. Happy New Year. I hope you're doing good. Yeah, me. Yes, I am. Thank you so much for asking. Just stop by to hit my like. I appreciate it. But that's kind of the deal. You know what I mean? So, but like I said, do the best that you can. Try to eliminate using a lot of the stuff that's in the bags and stuff, because I'm telling you, whenever anything out of a box in a bag has been ultra processed, and you do better if you do it from scratch or as raw as you can. Even though it takes a little bit longer, but it's worth it, because you know what, you're worth it, right? That's what I always say. You're worth it. Yeah. So there it is. Oh, and Sonia said, I just purchased 16 pounds of beef. What? From Costco, and cut it up and put it in freezer bags. Food prep and save money. Good for you. See, I need to be doing that. That is the plan this year. Now, a lot of people in my area, because we have all these farmers, people will buy like half a steer and then divvy it up through a couple of family members. And I really want to do that. Something like that. Get like a few, get like a half or I don't know if you can even buy a quarter of a steer, but you get a bunch of steaks and things like that. But that's a really good idea. Yeah. Yep. Let's see. Any goals besides eating well? Good question. What's funny? I don't really, believe it or not, I don't have a specific goal, other than like I'm still sort of working through my, like all those crafting goals. Like, if you're a crocheter or a knitter, you want to make each item. So I'm still kind of powering through the items. So, like a shawl, like I've done that, blankets, done that, scarves, mittens, hats, done that. So I'm kind of going down the road. Like, so now I have to get to the socks. I have not done the socks. I've done one sock, but I'm trying to power through some of those things. And I want to do a little bit of, let me see what else. And then, okay, this is good. See, you're doing better than I am, Sonia. But I'm trying to keep eating well and actually maybe working out, moving a little bit more. I will say I'll add that on there. And Sonia said, one of the main goals is to be more organized and clean out items I don't need. Yep. And I started that process a little bit last year, but that's on the agenda. That is actually on the agenda. Okay. And then Sonia said, and have time to do more content on my channel. Yes. And, and like I said, it's always good to sort of write a lot of this down because you might have an idea and you go, oh, yeah, I want to do that. Make sure you write it down so then you revisit it if you get busy with other things, because that's a big thing with doing the content creation. Oh, no. And Samoan Watchman's being naughty. Prep my Lucky Charms for road snacks. Nice. Yeah, but it is true. You do have to, I really suggest writing it down somewhere in a journal, whatever you have to do to kind of, like I said, brainstorming. See, I think the biggest thing that a lot of people should do is brainstorm, and it's just kind of like, you just kind of say, I want to do this. I want to do this. I want to do this. And then you go back and you go, okay, now how can I do this? And, how do I find the time and all this stuff? But things like that. But I think brainstorming is great. Yep. And that's good. Yep. Cleaning out stuff I don't need or use. Yep. It's a good thing. It's a beautiful thing. Yep. Manifested into reality. And that's the deal. Because I've been sort of looking at, like a lot of people sort of do there's like a lot of motivational stuff out there. And I always suggest, like if you go in the stores, you'll see it even in the, I don't even know if people go buy gift cards anymore. Like Hallmark. We still have 2 Hallmark stores here. And they have a lot of motivational stuff. But actually, Dollar Tree has a lot of motivational stuff. And it's good to sort of like walk through there and see what you can find. Because there's calendars, but there's mugs and things like that. And it always kind of keeps everything in the front of you if you sort of have that positivity on those days like when you're feeling crappy. Because it happens, right? Yep. Okay. God's desire for me is saying that too. I'm doing that too, Renee. Yep. That's what you do. Oh yeah. And Sonia's doing the manifesting board. That's good. Now the funny thing is, Sonia, I did one. Actually, it wasn't quite a vision board, but a few years ago in an art class, they were like, what is driving you crazy? Like what's in the forefront of your mind? And I remember people were spending like a lot of money on kind of fancy stuff. And I was like, I'm just like not into it, but I kind of was just looking at the stuff that people were buying and I kind of took pictures and I made it as a vision board. And I said, boy, this looks really shallow and like materialistic. It was kind of funny, but I thought it was interesting because that's kind of what I was feeling. I was seeing that people were really focusing on these kind of things. It was crazy. Yeah. Oh no, you did. Renee's going to Scotland. What? To knit in a castle, eat some haggis, and meet a Highland coo. That's going to be great. Oh, I wish I could sneak out and go. Yes. Okay. So yeah, we're gonna put the positive vibes out there for you. And Sonia said I want to put my trip. Oh, go to Europe, El Salvador, and visit Yarn Store. Yes. Now, and we got Donzel. Hello. Good to see you. Yeah. Yay, Renee. I know, right? So that's the thing, you really have to see, remember, life is short. So you have to really, if there's something that's just pulling at your heartstrings, that's what you have to do. You really do. You have to give it a shot. And that's kind of the thing that I always say to my kids. And, I tell the people on the channel, I say, think about it. If there's something you really want to do, you got to do it and figure out a way to do it. Yep. But that's nice. Yes. So yeah, but Europe is nice. I have not been there. Yep. And, and definitely the knitting, knitting's been, very enjoyable. So I love those knitting trips. Like one day I got to put this on the, but right now, like we're basically, like we're divesting of some things, and so hopefully, I'll have some cash, and that's really the biggest thing, because it takes financing to to get yourself on these trips. So yeah, so that's the plan. So hopefully that will go well. But yeah, yes, nice, Sonia. Yep. So I don't know, Donzel, do you have any goals for this year? And so anyway, so let me just say this too. A lot of people say, I want to have, I see the New Year's resolutions are very tricky because I forget what day. They say like a week or two into January, people have already given up. And I would just say, don't do it. Like just do a little bit every day. That's what I say. Just a little bit every day to move yourself forward to where you want to be. And you don't need to make a lot of changes, but it's just definitely very, very small changes. And like I said, and I know I've been sort of doing the same thing every year, but like for me, the biggest thing was eating better. And I've been trying to, maintain that as much as I can. But yeah, so because I feel like one or two things, and then you just keep it moving. You know what I mean? You just one or two things, you keep it moving. But yes, oh no, 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 it's not selfish. Yeah, Renee. Let's see, hold on. Let's see. Sonia said, let me go back here. Renee Unraveled, my oldest brother and wife went to Scotland and she purchased a knitted scarf, which is really nice. Yeah. Beautiful things they have there. Yeah, they're amazing. And then Renee said, I've never done anything like that for myself. It feels selfish, but I'm doing it. No, you've got to do it. You have to do it because you're gonna say what if. And that's I forget what the saying is, but they say it's better to stumble and do something than to say what if, having that regret, later on. You don't want that. Yes. And then, yep, Renee wants to go where her people are from. Yeah, where her ancestors are from. So that's pretty cool. Yeah. And I think that's a great thing to do. Yes. But that's, that's the whole thing, you guys. You just, like I said, just be as positive as you can. Some days it's terrible. You can't do it. But it's okay. You know what I mean? You have to sort of just find, work your way through it. But once you give yourself time, then you go, okay, I want to do this. I want to do that. I want to do it. Then you should try it. And I always feel like you should never be afraid to try something because like you're not locked in, you know what I'm saying? And if it doesn't work out, it's fine. Like at least you tried. And then a lot of times you don't know if you're going to like something unless you try it. And that's really thing, just being open, stuff like that. Yes. And that's going to be incredible. Yep. Yep. That would be so incredible. Yep. That's going to be nice. So, so that's the, the evil plan of, of life. Like, remember, you don't know how much time you have. So you just do the best you can and try to be the best that you can, learn new things and, just keep your mind going. You know what I mean? Yeah. Oh, you don't do new resolution. Yeah. See, and a lot of people don't. And, but I understand why. Because it's almost as if you hold on, a lot of people give up, by about the 15th or 20th of January, it's over. And so I think that's kind of the sad part of not, of doing a resolution. But like I said, I really think if you do one, maybe two things that you want to do, then you're good. And it doesn't have to be like like I said, it can't be too broad. But it can't be overly specific either. I'm going to work out every day for 8 hours. That's not going to happen. It has to be realistic and things like that. And, and I think that as you get older too, sometimes you say, oh, like, well, there's always something that you wanted to do. And that's the way I think, like for me specifically with, like knitting and crocheting and YouTube and stuff like that, I was kind of going, can I do it? I don't know, maybe. And then I sort of sat on it for about 3 or 4 years. And then finally I said, I got to try it and see what happens. Because you never know. And it might be enjoyable, but it might be horrible. I mean, that's the whole thing. You got to figure it out. But it's okay, And then Donzel saying hi. Nice. But that's it. But that's kind of the goal. So like I said, and the reason why I say, and like I'm going to hold everybody to this is, Yeah, your goals can be really simple, right? And I think it's better if you do that. If it's fairly broad, but you have to somehow be able to measure it. And I think that's the thing that a lot of people forget. Like I think my example, like my husband, when we started eating just a little bit better, like my kids and my husband were mad because we weren't going to the fast food. And I know, like, I could have been like lazy and go, oh, I can skip cooking for that day. But I'll tell you, you know, the fact that he lost weight without trying is amazing. And so, just by changing his diet, and that was a little tweak. And he's held that off since, it's been 2 years now. So I'm like, and he's the better for it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Okay. So let's see. Yeah, your goals can be simple. That's what Renee's saying. And then Renee's saying, be grateful. Oh, yes. And be so grateful for all the good in life. So easy to get jaded. That's right. Oh, hey. There's Miss Charlotte. Kelly, Happy New Year. Thanks for coming in. Yes. And she's saying hi to everybody. Hi to Renee. But yeah, I mean, that's the thing, so that's what we're up to today. So this isn't the best for you. But this is more like my husband's fortunate that he has he has ties to his ancestors and things like that. So this is one of the things that they make. But I'll show Charlotte since she just came in. So this is the coquito. And I made that. And it's sort of like eggnog for the holidays. And it's really, really, really simple to make. And I figure I'd just make some because he really was happy that I made it. And I just made some the other day, just a couple of, I only made a couple of ounces. And he was like, do you have more? I was like, yeah, so there's that. But that is a beautiful thing. You know what I mean? And how long will that keep? They say about a week. And yeah, there's no eggs in it. So yeah, they say eggs last about a couple of days. But since there's no eggs, it'll be a week. And I'm going to, I have to find the lid. I don't know what I did with this lid. It's a weird size. Of course, it's a weird size. It's a weird size. But yeah, but I think, Mr. I Bring It will drink this probably in the next 2 to 3 days. It'll be gone. Oh, I would have guessed horchata. Yeah, see, I've never made that. But I am aware of what that is. But it's very similar. I think it's very similar. But the people in Puerto Rico make coquito. And it's good. Yeah. And I like coconut. See, I never had coconut really before. No, that's not true. No, I know. I never really had. So here's the deal. Fresh coconut is so good. And I had coconut in Hawaii. It was delicious. It'll be gone. So that's what I said. It'll be gone. That's right, Charlotte. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I would have passed that. Well, yeah, so I made it a little stronger the other day, and I'm like, I could only, I had a little, literally like 3 sips, and I was like, okay, I'm good. But this is pretty, I added a lot more milk than I did before. But there it is. So anyway, so like I said, I just want to say thank you to everybody for coming in. Thank you, Miss Sonia, oh, I can do this. I have some stuff I need to. Does anybody? Okay, I have cutting boards. I got 3 cutting boards. If anybody's interested, they're bamboo. Hold on, I forgot to do this. Oh no, hold on. I'm going to do a drawing. Let's see if I can find this. If anybody's into it, let's see. Oh boy. Okay, here we go. I think this is it. Hang on. Gotta do another. Here we go. All right. Hang on. Oh, yeah. I gotta remember how to do this. Here we go. All right, here we go. This is it. Okay, hang on. All right, we got it. Okay. All right, so the word is cut. You're a cutting board hoarder. And these aren't fancy, but they're nice. But I'm gonna do 3 of them. So let's see. I'll show you. Hold on. Oh, come on, muscles. Put it across the room. It's a baby, but anyway, it's a little bamboo cutting board. Cooking concepts. If anybody's into it. So this is, since we're gonna start the year off cooking. You're a cutting board hoarder. So am I. I do enjoy them. Back to work. Okay. Happy New Year. Thanks, Simone Watchman. Good to see you. And congratulations on your weight loss. You're going to be skinny. You're going to be at the beach showing us your muscles. That's pretty awesome. Okay. All right. So everybody type cut into the chat. CUT. And people in the United States, I can mail it to you. And yeah, if you want to do a cutting board. All right. Let's see here. But I've got 3. So we'll do that if anybody's into it. Okay. Gulf Coast Granny, chicken tacos. Nice. Black bean and mango salad. Nice. Good job. That sounds really good. Okay. Delicious. All right. So let's see if anybody's into it. We got 10 people. Chicken taco sounds great. And so tomorrow I'm probably going to do a cheesesteak. I know Renee doesn't want. Oh, there we go. We got one. Okay. We'll do a couple of minutes and then if anybody is into it. It's a baby one, so I can mail it. It shouldn't be too hard. Okay, we got Suzanne. Let's see. All right, we got 3. We got 3. We need a couple more people. If anybody's into it. Yes. All right. Yes. This will be a little giveaway. It's nothing exciting. I mean, it's okay. You might get you might get a cookbook also. We'll see. See what happens for the cooking. Let me see what else. I gotta see one thing here. Everyone's multitasking. I know. I feel bad. I know it's dinner time. And I understand that. Let's see. All right. Well, it looks like I know who the winners are. That'll be real easy. Yeah. Let's see. I know, right? I don't blame you. I mean, I know it's like dinner time where you're getting ready for dinner and things like that. It's so funny. Yes. Let's see. I think we have the winners. All right. Well, I'm just gonna do it in 5, 4, 3, 2. What? Banana bread in the bread maker. Nice. I haven't done that in a while. That sounds good. All right. Well, I'm gonna do it. Here we go. Now let me see. Oh, I gotta share the screen. That would help. Oh, Suzanne's knitting. So let's see. Hold on. How do I do this? Share the screen. Here we go. Yes. All right. I think I got it. Boy, it's been a while since I've done this. It is true. All right. Okay, there we go. Okay. All right. Let's do it. I think I know who the winners are. I got 4. Okay, that's not bad. Okay. That's beautiful. Renee. Okay, we got Renee. I think I already know the winners. We got Renee. It's going to be Renee, Sonia, Charlotte, and Suzanne, I think. All right, let's do it again. Let's see. Yep. We'll just put you on the screen. All right, Suzanne. All right now. Yeah, I think I already knew the winners. We're just going to put you on the screen anyway. Yes. Okay. Miss Charlotte. And last one. I like the confetti. Who am I missing? There's still one more in there. No, I think that's it. I'm missing somebody. Suzanne, Sonia, Gulf Coast Granny, and Renee. That's 4. Okay. And Drunken Chef. Hey, good to see you. Welcome in. Thanks for the like. I appreciate it. All right, now. Now let me stop sharing this thing. Just remove that. All right, and there's Drunken Chef. Good to see you. Good practice. I know. It's been a minute, isn't it? Oh, and there's Beela's here. Oh my gosh. I'll give mine to the one that didn't win. There's 4. No, I got it. So we got Charlotte, Renee, Sonia, and Suzanne. So we got 4. I got 4. All right, now. So you know what to do. Just I think I got Renee. I have to check Sonia. I think I have Sonia and Renee. I don't have Miss Charlotte. So just you can message me on Instagram. And what else am I missing? Sonia, Renee, Suzanne, Charlotte. Yeah. Okay. I think I'm good. That was fun. Okay. Thank you so much. All right. So, like I said, take care of yourselves. Eating well is not hard. It takes a little time and planning, but, shop creatively. And Jane. Oh, let's see. Did she come in? Hold on. Did she come in? Oh, okay. Oh, you were asking. Okay. All right. So let's see. So she's not feeling the greatest, and that's why she's not around. I can say that much. But she's working on it. Yeah. So that's what's going on with Bela the dog. So anyway, I just wanted to tell everybody. But she's been she's working on that health goals and stuff like that. There's a lot going on there. Yeah. Yep. But hopefully she'll be back at some point. But I know she has not been. She's been kind of poopy. So I said, well, no pressure. So whenever you're ready to come back and do whatever, do whatever, but no pressure. And that's the way I feel like life should be, but let's all, send some prayers her way and, that she'll feel better. Yeah. So, but yeah, it's been very quiet. Yeah. She's been quiet. But anyway, but thank you so much for hanging out with me. It's been an hour. I made the hour. Oh, you're going to the monastery. So my husband uses a lot of honey. He really does. He loves it. Yeah, I'm not a big honey eater, but I'm not a big sugar. Like I don't use a lot of sugar and stuff like that. So yeah, but a lot of people use it in their tea, and I just drink tea kind of straight, nothing in there. Maybe a little lemon. That's about it. Yeah. But anyway, David, hey, David Corey with Crop. Good to see you. Thanks for coming in. Yeah, but thanks for. Hopefully, I didn't miss you. But yeah, there's David's link there. And yeah. And so, but anyway, let's see. I'll grab some for you guys. Oh, thank you. So, but anyway, like I said, this year I have I have some goals planned. Nothing big, but I'm just going to continue my eating situation. And, we're going to be working the garden, a little bit more. And I have my seeds and stuff. But, right now it's only like 27 degrees. It's pretty cold here. So I can't do a whole lot. I don't know if you can hear, but I got my hydroponics going. I hate hydroponics. I don't know about you guys. You people love them. It's very loud. Like, I don't like this sound. It's driving me crazy. Yes. Oh, you didn't hear. Oh, no. Burr. Yeah, 27. Yeah. So it's terrible. Oh, grab what? Your address. I think I have your address, but if not, I'll be in touch. And see, Gulf Coast Granny, we got up to 70. Charlotte, what? Yeah, it's terrible. Now, I do have something for the gardening. I'm gonna show you guys. I haven't made the video yet, but we were trying to set up some things, for over winter, and knock on wood, I'm not sure how it's gonna go, but we're getting there. You know what I mean? It's a slow, painful process. But when you live in the North Pole like we do here, it's cold. So you're very, very lucky. Yeah, you're very lucky. All right. So anyway, so enjoy the coquito. I'll just show you the coquito. It's pretty good, pretty easy to make, and it's a little sugary, but for like I said, for the people who from Puerto Rico, that make it, it's a good little holiday kind of a thing that people make, and it's easy. And like I said, I have my fake Vitamix here, and it really does knock it out in 2 seconds. Like it's pretty amazing. Coquito makes you loquito. Well, it does. Yeah, the other day was pretty strong. I said to my husband, I was like, it's time for bed now. I'm going to lay down. It was like 6:30 in the afternoon. It's pretty bad when you have a couple sips and you're done. Yeah. But anyway, all right. Well, anyway, thanks for coming in. And like I said, do your own research on some of this food and make your own stuff, grow your own whenever you can. Yep. Look at New Jersey, 25. Bah! See, this is bad. And windy. Yeah, pretty windy. 5 miles per hour. Current humidity 63. That's crazy. Yes. But anyway, thank you so much for coming in. And we'll see you soon. And yeah, peace and love. Bye.